Hey guys, we are here for another episode of Bless Your Heart. Dale and I are on location today. We're at our beach house and have a good show for you. We're going to talk about some funny things, stone cold, swan leeches, all the fun things that have happened through the week, and patient portals and how much they suck. Let's get started.
All right. After last night, I've got to try to remember everything we were going to talk about, because last night we about erased our memory.
I definitely did.
Yeah. Amy and I had a few cocktails. Speaking of cocktails, cheers.
Cheers. We have a jalapeno high rock cocktail. I kind of just made this one up.
It's really good.
It's a take on a jalapeno margarita.
It tastes like a kind of a light lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Easy to drink. We need something easy this morning. You can visit highrockvodka.com to find a bottle near you. Actually, it's a store locator. So if you go there to highrockvodka.com, type in where you are, it'll give you an idea of the store closest to you to go pick up a bottle of High Rock vodka. In some states, we can ship. Please remember to drink responsibly. Must be 21 or over. Last night, we turned on one of my favorite things to do in the technology that we have today. Oh, God, it's crazy. So me and Amy's been listening to music and staying up in the evenings as long as we've been together. And, man, you used to have your whole laptop flipped open with your iTunes and clicking on songs. But these days, you can use your YouTube app on your phone and play the music video on the TV.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were doing that last night until closer to the end.
So you can kind of control the YouTube app that's actually on the smart TV from your phone. Super cool. Because once you start listening to music with the music videos, you can't go back.
No, you can't. It changes the whole vibe for the better.
Yeah. So if you're around your friends, and all you got's a Bluetooth speaker and you're hanging around on the beach or something, that's one thing. But if you're at the house and you want to play some music, try playing the music videos on TV. Oh, man, changes the whole thing. The fun part about playing the music videos in the bar with Amy is if you don't play the right songs, Amy is going to leave and go to bed. And so
the challenge is to keep me on my bar stool.
The challenge is to play the right song that Amy goes, oh, and starts dancing.
Listen, I like this
fun.
challenge too. It's fun. And I was off of my bar stool dancing around.
Oh yeah,
like fool last night. But Amy needs to go to sleep.
We did. We had it going.
You did. It is fun watching the videos. It just is so much fun just to like relive watching the videos that you've seen many years ago. We always play.
We had songs too, so. Yeah. So some nights I get off on the wrong genre, and Amy goes to bed. And but last night we kept it going for a while. We played. What did we play? We played.
There was a bunch of 80s.
Yeah, a lot of 80s. Can't go wrong with 80s country. The Earnhard documentary that's been out for Amazon has been awesome, and we've been getting all kinds of great feedback on that. And it's we had opportunity to interview Ron Howard yesterday on the Dale Jr. Download. So kind of interested to see how what people thought about that interview.
What was that like talking to Ron Howard?
Well, I was super nervous. He's not a race car driver, and we're not talking about anything that I'm super knowledgeable about. But you just, lean into your curiosity. He was kind and answered all, long. He gave long answers, which is what you want in an interview. Mm-hmm. Somebody that gives you short answers makes it tough because you plow through your notes real quick and you got more time to fill and not really sure what to.
Well, I remember watching him on Happy Days. Like, we've been Ron Howard fans for our entire lives, right? And so when you told me you got to do that, that was really fun. I thought, like, how cool is this that you get to talk to people like that? It was kind of similar to our drive down because we're driving 3.5 hours from home to here. And about halfway in, his phone's always tethered to the car because he's playing music. So a phone call pops up and it says Steve Austin. And he goes, oh, Steve Austin's calling. I'm like, Steve Austin, Stone Cold's calling while we're driving down to the beach. What is this life? How cool is this for you that this is just your normal? And he answers the phone. They're chit chatting. I could hear I can hear Stone Cold because he's talking so loud. And he's wanting to talk about the documentary and DW. And he's asking all kinds of questions about, what got into DW? Why is he so mad?
Why did Daryl say what he said?
He literally just called to chit chat.
Yeah.
And kind of gossip, to be honest.
That's awesome.
Wow, this is so neat. And I, was grateful I got to listen in because he was talking so loud. I got to hear all the things, but that doesn't happen in everybody else's life. And it's neat to have the perspective I do sometimes so I can see all the things you get to do. But the Ron Howard thing was way up there. Stone Cold calling too in the middle of the day, just to chit chat was fun. You've had a lot of moments like that in your life.
I know, it's weird. They kind of come in spurts. So there'll be a lull of like, kind of life being pretty regular and normal. And then, something like the documentary happens and all of a sudden all these little quirky things start happening and then it kind of teeters off. And back into regular life for a while. But that was cool, man. I hadn't talked to Stone Cold Steve Austin in years. I did his show probably 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, down at the saloon.
Yeah. And he, we just kind of, I see some of the stuff he, I like some of his stuff on social media or vice versa. But that's about it. And so, for him to call me, he just wanted to ask a couple questions about that documentary.
Yeah. He was so curious. He's like, I got to get some answers.
Yeah.
He just wanted a little tea.
Yep.
So is he Steve Austin in your phone, not Stone Cold?
No, he's listed as Steve Austin. I'm like
a normal
Steve
person,
Austin?
just
like,
a regular guy.
He talks just like that. He goes, hey man, I got to talk to you about this documentary. I just watched it. What got into DW? I'm like, wow. He just literally just called to gossip.
That was pretty cool to get a call from him. I've had a couple other, out of nowhere kind of text messages and so forth from people. But so I'm sure everybody who's listening to this has probably watched that Earnhard documentary. But if you haven't, go check it out on Amazon or Prime. Me and Amy have yet to watch episodes 3 and 4 again. We watched edited versions of 3 and 4 from months ago, but we haven't really seen the finished product. And one of the things that I've read, and so I'm apprehensive to watch 3 and 4 again because I know
they're emotional.
It's super sad.
Yeah.
And I actually see people saying that. They're like, they're on social media going, I've watched 3 episodes. I just can't. I can't bring myself.
I can put 4 on the TV because I don't know if I can go through this anymore.
Seriously.
Yeah. Our friends have done the same thing. Good friends have texted and said the same thing.
Yeah.
Wow, episode 3 was
They're not
hard on my emotions.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Knowing, usually you don't want to watch something because you anticipate it being bad, right? Or not worth your time or whatever. But
it's good. Episode 4 does it culminates. It brings you back up. It lifts you back up.
It does.
Episode 4 does.
I forget that part.
I remember how it ends. It's good. Life is good, and so is the end of the documentary.
It's like Amy won't watch scary movies with me because not that they're not good.
It's not that I don't want to watch scary movies. I don't want to watch them right before I go to sleep.
She's worried about getting scared. I like getting scared because it's an adrenaline rush.
Listen, there's difference in scared and like watching somebody get split open with like a pocket knife. There's like the gory stuff. I don't really need to see all that.
Yeah, I'm not a gory.
Well, that's what happens in scary movies. Somebody gets chopped up or something like that. I'm like, I don't really need to see that. At this point in my life, I've seen enough of that. I don't want to get scared like that.
Good jump scares, pretty fun.
The jump scares are good, but you like to watch that stuff before we go to sleep. Same thing with like a weird documentary or something.
Then you might have a dream of something scary, and it's like a bonus.
Oh, you think that's a bonus?
Yeah, it's like extra movie, but in your mind, it's like
that's not how I view that.
Movie.
A free movie.
Free jump scares.
You're so weird. Nobody goes to bed hoping to have a nightmare just because it's like a bonus edition of a movie that they watch.
I love dreaming. Apparently you dream every night. You just don't remember them all the time.
Yeah.
So a lot of people dream and get up in the morning and go, oh yeah, I remember what I dreamed last night. Blah, 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 blah. I wake up and I never remember. Only I bet I could count on both hands the amount of times I remember my dream in a calendar year. It's not fair.
Well,
because I'm dreaming every night. But I don't wake up in the morning and go, oh, what a great dream. Or, man, I got to tell you about this dream.
No, usually the dreams are weird. You can't make sense of it.
I know, but I can't even remember them. When I do remember a dream, I'm always like, Amy, let me tell you about my dream, because I don't think
it's not designed to be part of your real life.
Some people, I know, but some people remember their dreams easier. I would like to wake up every day and go, dang, let me tell you about the dream I had last night. It was awesome.
I feel like that would alter your reality a little bit if you would just
Dude, yeah, some dreams do. Sometimes, you'll dream something and you'll wake up and you feel either
you're emotional
about it. And you're telling yourself, you're like, that didn't happen. You can let go of this.
Yeah, calm down.
But you're like walking around going, I feel terrible. Or, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't come out of them feeling uplifted.
No.
They're never, ever, you don't wake up from a dream
and you're like,
oh, yeah, that
and
was
you kind of got to
amazing.
tell yourself in the first half of the day, like, it's not real. It didn't happen. Like, I can move on.
Timmy didn't fall down the well.
Hey, it's Dale Jr. Did you know that we've got brand new merch from our Stars, Stripes, and Beers collection available now? We've got tanks, tees, beach towels, and more just in time for summer. Check it all out at shop.dirtymomedia.com. So we got an update on the Swans.
Listen, I went to feed the Swans.
Yeah.
And you're out of town doing your job. And so I'm taking the girls down to feed the Swans. And Isla's having a sleepover, so we have an extra girl with us. And I'm so excited because she's got a sleepover friend with us to show her the Swans. Everybody wants to see these birds we have. And so we take the food down. It's like 6:00. We had just eaten dinner. And I noticed that when Cleo comes out of the water, she's got something hanging from her chest. I'm like, oh, maybe it's just like a piece of sludge or something because, the pond's been vacant for so long. It was a leech, and not just one, but there were 3 hanging from her chest.
They were like 3, they were like 1.5 inches long.
They were ridiculous, disgusting, gigantic, dirty mo leeches. And I'm like, leeches. Of course, our Swan.
That's a good softball company team name. Okay. Dirty Mo Leeches.
Sign up Dale Jr. for some softball. And I'm thinking, okay, of course, our Swans are going to have leeches. Of course, this is something that we have to deal with. Of course, Dale's not here. Of course, this is what's happening. And I'm freaking out. I'm like, I've been down and take a video and I send it to Sonny. And Sonny's like, oh man, I'll check on that tomorrow because it's late. And you send it to Cletus. Cletus sends it to the Swan guy. The Swan guy responds, we need to get those off immediately. And I'm thinking, how the hell am I going to do that? She won't even get close enough to you to feed her. Yeah. George will. He's adapted. He's all in. He's going to come up to you. He knows you're going to feed him. Cleo is apprehensive.
Comes up to you?
He gets real close.
Really?
He's not eating out of my hand.
Yeah, he will.
But he will get real close. He just sat there and waited for me to put the food in the bowl and just sat there like a dog. He is very happy to be where he is. Cleo's a little apprehensive. And I guess because she's got leeches hanging from her chest, she's not very excited to be here. She's in a dirty mo swamp, But luckily, the leeches fell off on their own. I didn't have to go after her with pinchers or grabber. I'm getting kitchen tongs. I got a pile of stuff the next morning to go down to the swamp.
You were going to go down to the swamp, you're going to go to the pond, bend down near
I was going to try.
With some kitchen tweezers.
I had kitchen tongs, and the things that you use to grab underneath the couch, like those silver things, and you push the end and then the claw comes out. Yes. I had found that.
Oh.
And so I had that ready also.
Yeah.
And Sonny was going to help me try to catch
her. I texted Cletus and I said, hey, got leeches. He texted the Swan guy. Swan guy said he ain't never seen that before, but get them off. Luckily, they fell off.
Yeah, Sonny thinks they were just on her feathers, not actually attached to her.
I think that she probably pulled them off, or maybe George pulled them off too. Maybe. It's possible.
Yeah, they've got very long necks. She probably reached that, but ugh.
But apparently, in my research, I learned that they do get leeches, and the leeches can get in their corner of their eyes because, to your point, they can't attach on their body because of the fur or the feathers. But so the leeches will find where they can't access skin, and that's kind of around the eyes. We got to keep an eye on that. No pun intended. So anyways, Swans are good. Man, they're fun. Shelly, my cousin, who is awesome, is taking care of them while we're gone. And Sonny's roaming the property, making sure everything's good. I read somewhere that men who kiss their wives before leaving for work in the morning live an average of 5 years longer than men who don't.
It sounds like men that just choose joy live longer, right?
Yeah.
Does it seem like a global idea?
Yeah. I'm going to get about 20 years out of this, though.
Because you're kissing on me and the children.
Yeah, I give everybody hugs. Everybody gets kisses. I'm going to live to 150.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yep.
You keep telling me that you're going to your goal is 80. I'm like, wait a second. I'm only going to be 72. You can't leave me alone for that long.
My goal, I feel like 80 is a solid number to live to. And if you live more, you can feel like that's bonus life.
Who makes these rules up for you? How did you come to that? Did you read that on the internet
Nope.
also? You just surmise
brilliance up here.
that if I make it to
Brilliance,
80,
creativity.
I've reached the mark.
Yeah. If I don't get to 80, I'll go, man, damn it. 80 felt like a reasonable expectation. But I think I'm probably going to see the 90s.
I think you will.
I got a feeling.
So I feel like I'm going to live old too. My family, they're blessed with a lot of years. I mean, I had a grandmother. It's 104. It was an aunt.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of them lived well into their 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandparents are all still doing it. So
my family has had some issues with heart attacks and stuff and strokes. Both my grandfather on my mother's side died of had a couple strokes or heart attacks, and and Ralph obviously passed away from a stroke or a heart attack. And so kind of I get a physical every year. And obviously, as a race car driver, you always got the physical in January. Now that I don't run full time anymore, I was a little lazy about getting my physical, and so I'm going next week. I did go get the calcium scan for the heart, and it was 0, so that was good because that kind of tells you if there's any blockage. But
and what do you mean by you're going to work on your food is your private chef's going to work on your diet?
Yeah, but you're all right with that, right?
Yeah, we're both going to eat better and lose weight.
Dude, it's so crazy. So, when you have kids,
I know you just start eating whatever. It's just like we're going to survive today.
When we didn't have kids, our cupboard had everything that we needed to be eating or should be eating, right? And it was easier to say no or not even buy things, right, that you didn't need to eat. But with kids, I don't know how to explain it, but
well, you got to have things that go in the lunchbox. You have to have things that stay are shelf stable, right?
Yeah, they can do dairy breads and cheeses and all the things that, you kind of got to
manage to stay away from.
Yeah. Like I'll and there's candy and holidays and just piles of candy coming in certain times of the year.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I can't eat any of this. No, I'm going to eat it. I shouldn't have ate that.
I do the same thing with just the mac and cheese.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to have a couple of bites of that. Yeah. And if she doesn't finish it, I'm going to finish it for her
Yeah.
because it's delicious. And why not?
The kids are having pancakes for lunch and French toast. And I'm over here eating minestrone soup or whatever.
Minestrone.
Yeah.
Minestrone?
How do you say it?
Minestrone.
Minestrone? Yeah, I'm over here trying to lower my cholesterol. Kids are eating
beans.
Powdered sugar donuts.
By the way, we do go to lunch yesterday. We run the kids around doing errands, and we sit down at lunch. It's late. It's already 1:30 or something. And they get pancakes and bacon, and Dale goes, yeah, that bacon, high cholesterol. Like, don't shit all over their lunch just because you can't eat it.
I had to say it out loud. It just blurted out.
Like, no, you don't.
I looked at it. I was like, oh man, all that cholesterol. And Amy's like, stop it. Don't say that in front of them. I'm like, I can't not say it. I got to say it so I don't want to eat it. Because I want to eat it. I want pancakes.
That's the thing about him. He can't see the pile of candy that's not for him. He can't see the junk food in the pantry that's not for him. And the bacon on the plate and not feel like, oh, well, obviously I'm supposed to be eating that too.
I'm over here eating leaves and
leaves.
Leaves and fruits and vegetables, plate of some fish on there. And Nicole's over here with a plate of pancakes. And won't put syrup on it because she doesn't like syrup. I'm sitting here going, I can't even eat the damn syrup in the pancakes, and she won't even eat it right. I'm like,
well, it's got powdered sugar all over it. She needs syrup, but she's eating it like a Frisbee. She just picked it up like a slice of pizza.
Yeah. Well,
I feel like you're going to live a while. We'll just get this Mediterranean diet going.
I've got a physical coming in next week. And so I'm talking to my doctor in this patient portal on my phone.
I think that's so weird.
It is. I used to have my doctor's number and would call him, talk to him. Hey, man, yeah, blah, 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 blah.
Do I need to worry about this? Is this okay?
Like a normal conversation.
Totally, yeah.
He retired. New guy comes in. They get bought or they're part of some, a
big system.
Big system.
Yeah.
So you can't call the guy. He sends you notes in the portal.
And you get your blood work results through the portal too, so you can see them before you even talk to your doctor about it, which is terrible.
I've talked about this. I'll go get my blood work or anything, right? And you'll get the test results before the doctor. You get the test results and you go looking at it and you're like, oh, okay, that's out of range. What does that mean? And you're Googling and it's scary.
Yeah. Good chance to spiral before you actually talk to anybody.
And you're like, oh, I need to talk to my doctor. And you can't. But he will send you notes. So like I got my test results. 3 days later, he sends the note. Hey, man, this is good. Everything's good. This is good. This is good. We'll talk about this. Probably fix this. Work on this. And I'm like, yeah, okay, good. And I was like, well, that one thing's elevated because so apparently you're not supposed to before a blood work. You're supposed to just like drink a ton of water for like a long time so you don't get dehydrated results. You don't have sex 72 hours before or so. You can't eat for 12 hours before your blood work. You probably shouldn't, you probably should eat really smart for about 2 or 3 weeks. So your results are relatively all flat and level. Like you wouldn't want to eat about, 3 fried chickens 2 days before you go in there, right? So, well, we didn't adhere to the sex part.
Yeah.
Right. So this one thing was elevated and I was like, hey, in the portal, he's talking to me and I'm responding in text as well. And I'm like, yeah, well, that one thing might be high because I did have sex, within 36 hours of the test. I'm thinking I'm having a conversation with my doctor. And all of a sudden
and already talking about literally intimate things.
Yes, intimate things. And then another person replies, I guess like his assistant or lady, she goes, y'all can talk about this when you come for the visit. And I was like, what? Someone else is here? Yes.
Who are you?
Yes. Who are you?
How'd you get in here?
I thought this was a conversation with my doctor.
And it was. And he was responding back.
He was.
And he asked you all these questions.
He did.
And you responded. And she's like, not today, Junior.
Y'all can talk about this. I was like, oh my God. I have been feeling terrible about that since.
Well, she should feel terrible for interrupting your conversation.
I'm so embarrassed.
It's a weird thing. The portal's weird, but that takes it to a whole new level.
Yes.
It felt like it was like this private lockdown conversation.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden there's a new person.
We're talking about blood work. We're talking about,
everything.
Personal details around all of that information and data. That alone.
Yeah.
Felt like it should just be a me and him conversation.
Yeah.
And he is asking me stuff and talking to me in this
it's like a text thread
portal.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, all right, well, I did have sex, so maybe that's why we got that reading or whatever. Nope. More people were in there.
Yeah. And it was a female too. That's the other thing that made you feel uncomfortable.
I can't wait to go.
It was his nurse or something.
I can't wait to go to my physical and have a conversation about this because I'm gonna.
I can't believe you didn't write back in there like, who the hell are you?
Well, I might. I still can.
Yeah, you should. I would.
Shoo. I'm going to go and I'm going to open it up and say, hey, man, who is this lady? Can I see her?
Yeah.
Where is she? Where is she at? Is she in the building?
Do we know this lady?
And why is this not a one-on-one conversation? And when can I have that? Because that's what I need, right, with my doctor. Especially at my age, as you get older.
Oh, yeah. We're not doing all this technology.
We're going to be doing all kinds of,
I always used to think like, no way I'm going to be that way. When I get older, I'm just going to adapt and go with the flow with all the things. It is just something you're not willing to do. It's not that you're not capable. You just don't want to.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do this portal thing. I want to talk to someone.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I had our old doctor, incredible guy. I saw him forever, and we had a relationship. This new guy, maybe it's just going to take a while. I have his number. I text him, but maybe he's changed his number. I'm going to ask him when I'm at the physical. I'm going to say, hey, can I just talk to you? I mean, I know he probably can't do that with every patient, but I don't know.
What's the difference in doing that and then doing it in the portal?
Right. Yeah.
Same process.
Because I certainly don't I don't want to have a conversation and Sandra come butting in. So anyhow, that was funny as hell. I couldn't wait to share that. We had our first dance recital. So the girls have gotten into dance. I thought so when you've taken them to the dances and stuff, and I've been over there a time or two, and it's a classroom. Let's say there's 10, 12 kids in there, and they're in this little building.
Yeah.
I felt like when you said we're going to go to a dance recital, we were going to go see that 10 or 12 kids do a dance.
In that classroom, in the studio.
Maybe it would be okay. It would make sense to me if we were at a different location, but it'd be small and intimate with the families of those kids.
Yeah.
No,
it's a full-on production.
I had no clue.
Yeah, so dance recitals back when I did them, and a lot of them still do this, like the entire studio company will put on a show. So it's like 3 hours long. There's an intermission. The dance studio that we go to has split it up. So like there's a 1 hour show in the morning and the afternoon, and they kind of divvy it out that way so that everybody can fit in the audience. Yeah. And it's not so much to sit through. So
we went to Statesville High School, enemy territory. I'm from Mooresville. Moores is senior high, Blue Devils. And so it's having to keep my head on a swivel.
Oh, yeah.
Over at Statesville High School.
Just in case you run into any ex-girlfriends or what?
No. Just because I'm a Mooresville guy.
Is that where you...
Yeah. It's Statesville territory.
It was a nice school.
Yeah, it was a really nice school. Huge auditorium. So when we got there...
It was insanity.
Well, when we got there, the line was long, and apparently they're letting people in a little at a time.
So you had to check your girls in, and they take them to the back, and there's stage moms back there that have volunteered to help them like in and out of their costumes and the whole thing. So you don't even go backstage with them. You just check them in and drop them off. And then you have to get in line to get into your seat. So we have tickets. Mm-hmm. We know we're going to get a seat, but you have to stand in line, and they're only letting a few people in at a time so that the moms don't fight over the seats in the auditorium.
That's hard to believe that's true. That's
what Tamla told me. And so she actually had an issue with the lady in front of us.
Oh.
Like right in front of you. Each family gets 3 tickets. If you want more tickets, you have to buy them. No problem. She puts her purse down in one seat. Well, the people to the left of her came in, and they had like 7 or 8 people, and they took some of her seats. And she comes down with her husband and her son and says, "Excuse me, these seats were saved." And the lady's like, "Oh, I just saw the one purse there. I didn't realize you needed more seats." And she goes, "Well, I did get 3 tickets." And so they had like a situation. And Tamla got to witness the whole thing. So she was there early enough because she's done this before. Yeah. And she saved us seats, or we probably would have been sitting in the back too. Mm-hmm. But it was quite a production. That was more of a production I felt like than the actual show was getting in and getting some seats.
When we walked in there, it was maybe 1/10 full. And then most everybody was kind of sitting down toward the front. It's a big auditorium. Wow. See,
there's a lot of room.
How many people you think fit in there? 1,000? 800? Big.
Easily.
It's big. I got up to pee. And in the middle of this thing, I got up.
No, you got up to go to the airport.
I got up to leave, but I peed on the way out. So, so I have to go to the airport to go to fly to Nashville and do the practice and qualifying show. And so I've got to leave. I can't stay. I want to stay. I want to see the girls.
You watched Nicole and then literally darted.
Yep. As soon as Nicole was done, I got up in the middle of a break between skits, and I stand up and I turn around, and it is a sea of people, faces, heads, everybody, just people standing up in the aisles. I mean, there is no room.
Really?
Yes.
It was packed.
Very, all the way to the back.
Okay.
And I'm walking out there, and I'm like, yes. How you doing? Yep.
You talked to everybody?
No, they're just looking at me. They're like,
where is he leaving?
Damn.
Said no yet.
There's a little bit of, where's he going? Damn, that looks like damn. There were like 40 of those.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yep, it's me. Yep, I'm going to the bathroom. Yep, bye-bye.
I'm like, oh my God, so many people. Had no idea there was that many people in there. We've been sitting there watching the whole thing.
Yeah, I didn't either.
We didn't turn around and look.
Nope.
But I was like not expecting the recital to be that big of a deal. That made me so proud of the girls because I'm gonna tell you, 4 years old, 7 years old, it don't matter. If I'd have walked out on stage and seen that many people, my ass would have ran right off stage. Like I would have not went out there and danced in front of all them people. Isla sang.
Isla's saying. So that's the other thing about Isla. She told me she's in a Broadway kids class. And of course, like I imagine that she's singing or doing a little acting or something. But she is one of those children that will not tell you what's going on in school or in dance or anything. Like she wants everything to be a surprise. And unless there's an issue, she's not bringing it home. Mm-hmm. You can ask her all the questions you want. She is locked up. And so she told me that she wanted her dance recital to just be a really big surprise. Well, we go for rehearsal and they put these little head mics on them and they tape them or put whatever kind of tape to the side of their face. And so she comes out of rehearsal and she's got these giant red marks on her skin because you know how sensitive she is. And I'm like, what's going on with your face? And she goes, oh, it really hurt when they pulled the tape off. I'm like, tape? What do you have tape on your face for? She goes, well, the microphone. I'm like, what microphone? She goes, oh, man.
Really?
I'm like, what do you have a microphone for? She goes, well, I sing. I'm like, you sing? Are you the only one singing? Because Stella didn't have red marks on her face. And she's like, no, we all sing. We have like microphones. And Stella comes out and just starts telling me the whole thing. And Isla's like deflated. She wanted the whole thing to be a surprise, but rehearsal ruined it. But yeah, she's like walking around like with a bandana mic on her head, just singing away, doing stage tunes. It was so cute. Yeah,
it was awesome. Recital was awesome. Proud of my girls. Let's play a game. Real or fake?
All right, for our game this week, we're going to bring back real or fake bar names. Tim's is going to read us a name along with a description and a review, and then Dale and I are going to try to guess to see if it's real or not.
All right, our first bar, Burp Castle.
Birth Castle?
Burp Castle.
What is that noise? Oh, they're working downstairs.
Tim's the guy. He's arrived.
The guy's here.
Yeah.
Let's see if he knows where Burp Castle is.
I feel like the name is false, but the rest of it I feel like I've heard before.
I think Burp Castle's real.
It is real.
What? The Burp Castle? Why did they call it the Burp Castle? Because it's just...
The name doesn't fit the description.
No, it doesn't. Because that's pretty loud.
Yeah.
Some people burp really loud.
Our next one is going to be The Clumsy Bartender. Drawing inspiration from the everyday mishaps of bartending, our name, The Clumsy Bartender, pays homage to the relatable experience of spills and tumbles. Real or fake?
Fake.
Real.
That is real.
Dude,
where is it?
These damn games we play with Alex, where it's real or fake. There's no fake.
There's no fake.
There might.
No, they're all your. Hey, let's
don't attack him.
No, we
ain't even halfway through the game.
It's impossible for a bar to sound not fake.
I know
some of the bar names are crazy.
They are crazy. I've never been to a bar either where they had like a descriptive tone of how you're supposed to behave in there either. Have you?
In New York City, yeah.
You have?
Yeah, a couple.
All right.
Let's see the next one.
I don't think one's going to be fake. Let's see.
Okay. Skinny Dicks is the next one.
Sorry, what was the name?
Bless it.
Sorry, what was the name?
Skinny Dicks in Fairbanks, Arkansas.
You can't say that fast enough.
It would be a weird word to say slowly.
I think that's fake.
One of the best stops on our trip. This is a review. Not a place for the easily offended, but if you have a dirty sense of humor and enjoy drinks and dive bars with friendly people, you'll love this place.
I think it's real.
Dicks, really
I think it's real.
It's real.
It is a real bar.
See, there are no fake ones.
Do you want to go to Skinny Dicks?
No. I don't know.
Fairbanks, Arkansas.
Oh, Arkansas.
Yeah, the Skinny Dicks in Arkansas. All right, next one is the Buzzkill Bar in Portland, Oregon. If you're expecting a wild night, this probably isn't it, but it's exactly why locals love the Buzzkill Bar. Chill vibes, decent drinks, and zero pressure to dance. Real or fake?
Fake.
I don't know. I'm going to go real.
That is fake.
It's fake. Dale got a fake.
Hey.
Buzzkill Bar.
That sounds like a terrible business idea.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
man.
does skinny dicks. I mean,
Yeah.
who wants to go hang out with a skinny
Buzz,
dick?
kill, bar.
Well, what about the burp? The burp bar.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know, but it's like, hey, man, come here and don't have a good time.
I know. All right, I got two more for you. This one is the mayor of Scaredy Cat Town, a unique cocktail bar located beneath the Breakfast Club Spitalfields in London. Real or fake?
Real.
because it's
I was
London.
going to go fake till you said London.
London. Is it real? I'm going to go fake.
It is real.
Real.
Bar in London. Mm-hmm.
Weird. Say the
last-
name again.
The mayor of Scaredy Cat Town.
The mayor of Scaredy Cat Town. Interesting. We'll have to ask Jimmy about that one.
Yeah.
Tell him to go check it out.
It's a long name.
It is. Our last one. Thank you very much. In Memphis, Tennessee, it's a pop-up bar. And the quote is, I had no idea what to expect, but thank you very much. Ended up being one of the coolest pop-ups I've ever been to. It's only around for one weekend, and the only way to get in is if you're dressed like Elvis. It's an Elvis-themed pop-up bar.
I think it's fake.
Real.
It is fake.
Dang.
The one weekend, only open for one weekekend, is why I felt like it was fake.
Oh, okay.
It's a good idea, like an Elvis bar.
Yeah.
I do believe there are Elvis-themed pop-up bars, but this is not.
Sounds reasonable. Sounds like a good
Especially in Memphis.
idea.
Yeah.
All right. That was real or fake. Appreciate that, Tim's. Let's move on. We're going to go to Ask Amy. Are you ready, Amy?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
You're going to get some good questions here. Tim's, you can kick it off.
All right. Our first question is from Isaac. And if someone narrated your day-to-day life in real time, who would you want the voice to be?
Ooh.
If someone narrated our life in real time.
Yours.
Just mine?
Yeah.
Oh. Mary Poppins?
What does she sound like?
She's got a British accent.
Oh,
It might make it
Yeah.
sound a little bit more glamorous than it actually is.
I got you.
Would you do the remake of Emily Blunt? I think she played Mary Poppins. in this one.
Ooh, yeah, she's got a great accent too. I think I'm going to go Julie Andrews, like the original.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd do Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott?
Yeah.
That's a good one. Samantha, she's in a group chat with a bunch of her friends, and it's been weirdly quiet lately. She wants to know, how do you keep adult friendships going when everyone's just busy?
So what we do, we have a group chat like that, and we just try to brunch every now and again. We used to do it like once a month, and then everybody had kids. So we just try to do it like once a quarter or something. And it's like, hey, brunch date, whoever can make it makes it. But we just text each other about all the life things possible. Like somebody's throwing a birthday party, somebody needs to figure out where to get cupcakes or something. We just throw it in the chat. And honestly, a group of women can help you literally figure out anything. So none of us take it personally that we can't see each other that often. When you see each other, it's just like you pick up where you left off. But anything fun, bunko, brunch, a pool date. I think you just kind of have to adapt to the change in pace, and don't get offended.
Yeah, more like effort. Kind of make a lot of effort to see each other.
Yeah. And then just texting each other to say, hey, just thinking about you. It's good enough.
Yeah.
Some days you just need that.
Our next one is from Tyler, and he needs some advice, really big advice. He's getting ready to move in with his girlfriend for the first time. And is there any advice on little things that make a big difference when sharing a space?
Put the seat down. Put the lid down. The lid and the seat. Just start from the top. Start from the... if she asks for the seat, give her the lid too. Because it's coming down the road.
Yeah. Close the toilet.
Yeah. So when you move in, she'll just say seat. When you get married, that's when the lid part has to start going down.
Yeah.
Might as well just start from the beginning.
You're going to be a big hero if you just do the whole thing at first.
Yeah.
The only other thing I remember when we moved in together,
Yep.
that was a transition for you, was sharing the closet. So like there's the closet. He coughs. He's like, I'm out.
I have a giant closet.
The closet's huge. There's not a lack of space.
Amy had,
It's
when Amy
very
first moved in
allocated.
there, she had like 1/10 of the closet.
I mean, he was not giving me space. I'm like, I'm a girl. I have stuff.
And then it was like every 6 months, I'd be like, hey, man, I opened up this rack for you.
Because I would have piles sitting in front of it. I'm like, hey, I kind of need this
space.
Like,
over the course of like 12 years, like she just kind of like gotten a little chunk here and there and here and there. That's about even.
No, we're about even. You still have a little bit better space, but it's not a big deal. The biggest part of that though was the shoes. He used to have a lot more shoes than he does now. And he had literally every color of A6. Is it the Tiger?
Yeah.
Onitsuka?
A6, Mexico 66.
The 66 shoe. So like he had a rainbow
every color,
and they were in color coded order. Like they looked like a rainbow of shoes in the shoe closet. And I'm like, I'm going to need some shoe space. He's like, oh, he like huffed and puffed over that. Yeah. That was a big, hard thing. He's like, how am I going to decide what shoes to get rid of? T-shirts, fine. I can get rid of a bunch of T-shirts, but I can't get rid of my shoes.
Yep.
So that was like the biggest stressor, I think, was the shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Moving in with somebody is hard. Don't make it too hard worrying about it. But just remember everybody needs as their needs.
The next one from Kerry. Is there a song that Dale likes that you can't stand and he plays all the time?
Tons.
Is there a song that Dale likes that I can't stand?
Lots of them. Don't name anything.
I'm just trying to think
so you don't hurt anybody's feelings.
I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings.
I listen to a lot of screamo music, pop punk, and there's some, hard
it's not that there's a
song
like in particular that I don't like. It's just his timing. Usually, we're never on the same page with the music. We get into the car to drive down, and he's doing the thing that he says he does. He's got the music blaring. It's all in his corner. Blah blah blah. And the girls are on their iPads. There's so much noise. The dog's panting in the back. And I'm overstimulated, and he starts tapping on the dashboard. I'm like, I just gently put my hand over on his arm, like, please stop it. I'm not going to dare tell him to stop it.
I got to show Amy that not only am I good looking, I can also play the drums to the beat of the song.
The dashboard drum is probably the most annoying music he plays.
Is it like a time of day thing too?
I feel like I have to show you that I'm talented, coordinated.
This also could be put in the we're going to move in together category.
Yeah.
Know when to fold them.
Yeah.
Is it a time of day thing too, where like in the morning, if he's listening to screamo or some hardcore rap or something, it's like a little extreme for the start of the day?
Yeah. But
man,
we've discussed this before. He feels like he's got to set the tone.
Yes.
Instead of reading the room and like, going with that flow or helping it to come. Like if we're all stressed out, the last thing I need is screamo music and like
music
banging on the dashboard or the console. That's like going to send me over the edge. And he thinks it's a distraction.
Yeah. Music changes my energy. Like I'm like directly plugged into whatever the sound of that song is.
Yeah. So same. But if you're playing like screamo music, it makes me want to rage.
So that makes me like feel more energized.
Yeah.
Like I've taken a 5-hour energy or something.
Listen, if I'm going to go run outside, I'm going to put that music on.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not trying to
I need
keep
to
my day going.
I need to get my day going. So I need something to give me some like music. Make me feel.
It's usually just the time.
Yeah.
It's
if
not
I need to chill
song.
or want to chill, I'll play some Gordon Lightfoot or get something easy going. That brings me down. But if I want to get up, I got to play something that's got some energy.
I got one more question for you guys. Ryan wants to know, you have an alien visitor for the day. What is the one Earth experience you'd show them?
I'd probably give them some Jerky Boys beef jerky.
You're not going to take him around Bristol?
The greatest beef jerky in the universe. It beats all the alien jerky.
I guess if I have an alien visitor for the day, I'm just going to send him in the car with Dale and see what happens. I don't know.
He's going to show him that this all used to be farmland after that.
Or
I'm going to play on some Dangerous Summer. Give them some jerky. And then show them then I'm going to show them the Richardson 112.
Oh my God.
Man, you get a load of these hats. These are awesome.
I think Dale's cocktail just kicked in. The High Rock just got in there, didn't it?
right at the end of the show. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I think I'm just going to strap him to Dale. I'm going to literally strap the alien to Dale's back and just make him do whatever Dale does. He's going to have way more fun.
Yeah.
That's all I got for Ask Amy today.
All right. Thank you for your questions. Those are fun. And thanks for listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also don't forget to check out our merch at shop.dirtymomedia.com. There is merch for all of the shows. And there's actually some Americana red, white, and blue on the site now too for the 4th of July. So check that out. And we'll see you next week.